try to understand, and those people who try to um, get more knowledge on the system, those are the ones that actually can then also invite other people to the project. Because if you don't have any answers and you don't know how to answer, then how can you share this project to other people? It's not possible. And I can see from my own network that those who actually try hard to understand everything, every detail, come back to me with more and more questions. Those are the ones that actually then benefit more because they actually can also invite other people. And it's not about really convincing, but it's about answering. Um, because there are answers. And today we will look at some questions that sometimes arise, often mainly arise, where we actually do have answers for it. It's not something that is a hidden secret or there are no answers. Not at all. We have very clear answers. But unfortunately, some of our dear users and fellow investors, they don't know the answers or they cannot explain them. So it's good to have you here. It's good to share with you, and also I encourage you to invite your networkers, the ones that you are also sharing about this project. Invite them to these meetings where we can openly discuss and share and ask questions about this project to understand it better. So what I want to do today is two things. First of all, I want to um, address the question that always arises when we share about this project, and maybe it's a question that you also have a little bit in the back of your mind, which is fair, absolutely fair. And it's the first question that popped up to me when I heard that Paynet Coin or FMC Pay is paying out investors 108% per year, which is 9% per month in US dollar. And when I heard they pay out 9% per month in US dollar, my first question was, how can they do that? I mean, where does the money come from? What do they do with my money? Where is my money if they give them $3,000? And as many of you probably, at the first moment when I just heard that and I didn't have any information about the project, I thought this is a cheat. This is some sort of scam, which we have many, many, many of them. So, but I gave it a shot. I gave it an opportunity to actually try to understand more and try to ask questions, because in fact, I have encountered scam projects in the past, and I'm still encountering scam projects. And normally the conversation stopped already when I ask about how do they finance the profit. I remember I just met recently a project manager of a new project in Thailand, and he showed me over an hour a wonderful roadmap and wonderful. He had a wonderful slide deck, great videos. There was the main founder of the project who had studied in a good university and so on and so forth. But then basically I asked, so okay, and they, by the way, they were paying out 1% per day to 2% per day, depending on what bonuses or commissions you had. So 1% or 2% per day, we're talking 360% per year to 600% per year. And scam projects, and this is also one thing that I want to touch on today, just to increase our knowledge, because I definitely don't want anyone, not you and not anyone, to fall into the trap of a scam project. Those are ruthless uh, people that just will do anything they can to get your money. and you will be losing tremendously. And many people have lost a lot of money, got into debt through scam projects, and regret it very much. And it's not only that, it destroys your finances when you engage with scam projects. That's the first. But then secondly, often because you believe in it, you think it's right, you often invite other people to scam projects as well. And at the end of the day, you are the person that actually lured friends or families into a very disastrous, catastrophic project. And of course, with that, also relationships are destroyed, friendships are destroyed, even families are destroyed because of scam projects. So I really like, uh, I cannot express how strongly negatively I feel about people trying to enrich themselves through scam projects. So I want as well today take the opportunity to share a little bit about what makes a scam project and where does FMC Pay stand in all this. So one pointer already that you just heard is that scam projects normally they actually offer 1 to 2% per day, meaning that you are talking with scam projects, you are talking mostly about profitabilities around 300% per year or above. Okay, so in fact, what FMC Pay is offering 108% is not interesting enough for people who are accustomed to scam projects. So people who are used to scam projects, they will say, well, 108%, I won't even bother investing or asking questions about that because um, I'm used to hear higher numbers. But that's where we actually have to be very, very, very extremely careful, right? So the main question where actually the conversation normally stops with scam projects is what do they do with the money? They either have no answer, no clear answer, or they have some very weird answer of how money can be made. And in the case of this Thai project that I was just sharing with you, I asked obviously the obvious first question, how do you make the money to actually pay out investors? And the answer was that they have great forex traders. Okay, so he claimed that they have very, very excellent forex traders that make a lot of money, and that's how they pay out the investors. Now, we need to use some common sense here. If somebody tells you that there are a bunch of people who are experts in trading and can make tremendous profit, because if you need to pay out 300, 600% per year to investors, you need to make much more, right, to actually be able to pay that out. So they are making, let's just follow that logic, right? They are making maybe 800% per year profit, and then they take 600% and give that to some random investors instead of keeping the full 800% profit. I mean, if you are really such a genius and you cracked forex trading, which I highly doubt. I don't think that anyone in the world, and actually, I mean, from my economics expertise, I am aware that forex trading is one of the most difficult, challenging trades on the planet whatsoever. Maybe just after cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies is also a crazy trade, right? Cryptocurrencies, you can make a lot of money, you can lose a lot of money very easily in the trading of cryptocurrencies. You can lose a lot of money with forex trading, and many people have lost. So if there would be, which I highly doubt, but if there would be some genius experts that really can make huge profitability in forex consistently, well, they would be sitting in the Bahamas in their own island with their private yacht and their private jet, and would just benefit from trading for themselves. They would not share that with anyone else. So you see, just use a little bit of common sense, and you can see that even if there is a vague answer, there is no it just doesn't make sense that anyone would, if you're so good, why would you just try to finance some investors and not just trade for yourself? So, anyways, now, first thing that we want to look at today is exactly this question. So, how is it that FMC Pay is able to actually finance 108% per year? Okay. And for that, I want to share this slide. It's a slide that probably some of you have seen already, but it's just good to kind of review and get the basics right. It's, you have completed this information when you can actually share it with somebody else. So try it out to actually whether what I will be sharing with you for the next 15 minutes or so about how to answer for how FMC Pay actually can pay. So if you can actually share that with somebody else, so that will be the end goal, that you are actually knowledgeable enough to actually share it with others. Now, before I continue, some of you may not really know me. Maybe you're joining for the first time or second time. So my name is Dr. Daniel Bohrer. I'm a Swiss citizen. I am a lecturer and researcher at university level at Australian University. My background is economics, finance, and business. I have two masters, one in business and economics from my Swiss university, one master in leadership and strategy from the UK university, Open University. And then my PhD is in international banking, also from my Swiss university. And then I also had the opportunity to study at the London School of Economics. I have an extensive career as lecturer and researcher as well. You can Google my name, you will find a lot of articles that I've been writing. I just wrote one article now, which will be probably published within the next days. I will share it next time then. And I have also experience in the industry, specifically UBS Bank, which is the largest private bank in Switzerland. As I mentioned, you can see a lot of articles that I have written. Here, for example, in a scientific journal, I wrote on risk management in financial assets. The International Review of Financial Analysis is a very high-ranking, renowned scientific journal. It's very technical, but there it is. If you're interested in technicalities on risk management of financial assets, I am the lead researcher here because it's based on developments and research that I have made. Besides that, also you will find a lot of articles on economic topics. This one, for example, which was published by the Australian Institute of International Affairs on rare earth and where Australia stands and so on. Now, before actually I continue, there are three reasons why actually um, the FMC Pay can pay out the 9% per month in US dollar. Three reasons. Okay, three reasons. I will go through them one after the other. One alone is not enough as an explanation. It needs the three of them because together the three reasons actually can lead to a successful payment of the investors. First of all, there is the ecosystem of FMC Pay. So we can see if you investigate that FMC Pay is actually a genuine, real business. It's making real money. So first of all, and I will share this on the internet directly so that you can see the live pages of it. You can check it as well. Where is my internet? Just a second that I show you here the correct one. Okay, just a moment. I think I need to refresh this. Just a moment and I will be there. Nope. Oh no, this is not. Just a moment. Now it went to Wrong one. Okay. Just a moment. Sorry. Just hold on until I find the presentation here. Okay. All right. Okay. There we are. Wonderful. Sorry. Thank you for your patience. Okay. So first of all, we actually have one of the key elements of our project is the FMC Pay wallet. So the FMC Pay wallet allows you to trade cryptocurrencies and hold coins. And this year, actually, we will be including stock market trading as well. Into the platform so that conveniently for anyone who wants, you can not only invest into cryptocurrencies, but also into the stock market, the New York Stock Exchange, through your FMC Pay wallet. This is a novelty when this will be put in place because there are actually not crypto wallets or exchanges, to my knowledge, that are offering this currently. So that will be a great addition of utility for the users. Now, FMC Pay Wallet, it exists already a long time. The project, by the way, is already running almost 4 years. That's another pointer on comparisons with scam projects. You know, scam projects, because they are fueled on greed and actually the turnover is not possible. So the financing of the investors is actually de facto not possible. It actually happens that they mostly don't survive a year. So scam projects mostly don't survive a year because they break down before a year. So that's another indicator for scam project if they don't have a long track record. Now, FMC Pay, in this March, we will be celebrating 4 years already running successfully, honoring the commitment to the investors every year. And 1 year ago, we had 500,000 verified users. 6 months ago, that doubled to 1 million. And just recently, we celebrated 2 million users, which actually is already outdated because we're already running into 2.5 million users. And for 2025, we are planning to have 5 million users. Now, this is very good because it's actually an exponential growth, doubling the user amount every 6 months, doubling it, all right, every 6 months. 500 to 1 million to 2 million to then 5 million and so on. And this also then allows to have more turnover in the trading volume. So this, what we can see here, is actually the current trading volume of FMC Pay, which is 155 million, 156 million US dollars per day. And remember that if you're familiar with FMC Pay, every trade generates 0.1% commission. So we are talking here of $150,000 of net profits per day. Okay, and this is basically profit, not revenue, because this runs by itself. It doesn't require actually somebody actively engaging in it. It is actually cost free. So this is actually net profit. So per day, currently at the moment, FMC Pay is making $150,000 per day in this volume. Now, as users increase, this obviously will be increasing as well. So this is real money that comes in, that is cashed into FMC Pay, and that helps to pay out the users and the investors. Now, you may say, well, it's nice to have this kind of money coming free, basically free, being generated for free for you, but it's actually not enough to pay out the investors the 9% per month, because we have so many investors. And that is also true. So that is why this is actually not the only explanation. By the way, besides this, we also have, as you can see then, in the ecosystem, we have so more money. So here we have CoinCap News. This is also part of FMCPay's ecosystem, which allows you to compare cryptocurrencies, compare exchangers, and just inform the community, gather more knowledge. And this one here has 16,000, almost 17,000 cryptocurrencies listed. And each cryptocurrency that is listed actually generates listing fees. So there's another source of income for FMC Pay here through CoinCap News. And then also we have Heyo Trip, which actually is this booking platform and booking platforms, online booking platforms for flight tickets and for hotels. This is a $1 billion business per year. Okay, so there are very strong, very platforms with a high volume of bookings, and HeyoTrip is coming into this space also to actually increase their profit generation as well through HeyoTrip, and also allowing users to utilize Paynet coin, FMC Pay coin, the other coin as well, to book directly the flight tickets or the hotel bookings. So you can also try it out. You can go there and check out the prices and so on. They're competitive. So this also generates revenue. So the first reason why FMC Pay can actually pay out the investors is because there is a genuine business running, making real money for the company. So that's the first reason. Okay. When you look at scam projects, ask them, where is the real money? Where are you receiving not investor money? Okay, but commissions, fees, or something where you actually are generating genuine profit, genuine revenue from the marketplace, where you are offering real transactions, real market value to the community. And that we have here with the exchanger, we have it with HeyoTrip, we have it with CoinGap News. So these are platforms that are generating money. Now, second reason has to do with Paynet coin itself. So let's look at Paynet coin. Okay, here we have Paynet coin around 50 cent, 48, 49 cent at the moment. I always call it a boring coin because actually it fluctuates not really a lot. Like if we compare 1 year, you can see a bit fluctuation, but actually if we compare this last year, for example, with, okay, or let me just share for the whole time period. Here we can see for 2.5 years since basically this is February 2022, compared to Bitcoin. You can see that Bitcoin actually fluctuates more. You can see the fluctuation of Bitcoin here, but you can also see that in the last 2.5 years, actually, Paynet coin was faring much better with a profitability of over 300% and Bitcoin around 100% only, although it had a huge run just recently, right? Okay, so maybe we can look at the week. So you can see here in the week the huge fluctuation of Bitcoin with a profit of 1%, and here Paynet coin at this moment now 2% down. It fluctuates a bit, but you can see that the fluctuation of Paynet coin is actually less, and in the long run, Paynet coin actually faring better than most, or basically all coins. Now, the second reason, and why am I showing you this graph? Paynet coin was created by FMC Pay, and we need to understand, actually, before I show you this argument, the second argument, I need to explain a little bit about how actually the staking process happens. Okay, so let's look quickly at the staking process, and then I will get back to the other slide that I was showing you. So this is the Paynet staking structure, FMCPay staking structure that is offered to investors for almost 4 years now, without any change. Believe it or not, without any change for almost now 4 years. In March, it will be 4 years where this staking structure, as you see it here, has been offering. And you can actually access YouTube videos from 2022 where you can see people presenting Paynet coin FMC Pay investment structure with exactly this proposition, with this structure. You can find it on YouTube. You can search a bit and you can find on YouTube people actually presenting the project in 2022, and you can see that there are no changes whatsoever to the investment structure. So here we can see the $3,000 package. You can see that it starts with 10, 100, 500, 1,000, 3,000. And then the monthly staking profit is also larger the larger the investment package, but the largest investment package, as usual, is $3,000. Now, on a yearly basis, the profitability of a $10 package is 48 per year, which is actually not bad at all if you compare it to banks. $100 you get 60%, and then $500 you get still 72%, which is also not bad at all. $1,000 you get 81.5%, and with 3,000 then 108%. Now, how does it happen? And this is another reason why actually FMCPay is different to other scam projects. When you invest $3,000, the $3,000 are locked for 2 years. So you cannot just 2-3 months later say, oh, you know what? I would like to withdraw my 3,000 and put it different or whatever. It's not possible. It's locked for 2 years. But once you invest on the next day directly, and most of you are familiar with this, next day you receive $8.70 or $9, depending on the month, per day for the next 2 years. Basically, for the next 2 years, you receive $6,300 on a daily basis, paid out every day at a rate of $9 to $8.70. And after those 2 years, 6,300, you then can withdraw your initial capital, which was the 3,000. So in total, you receive 9,300, of which 6,300 is the profit and 3,000 is your initial investment. Now, scam projects mostly they allow you to quit. They allow you to take out money. There are huge withdrawal fees, but you actually can take it out. You can withdraw from the project. So you can do what is known as hit and run. Many people in the scam projects, even they know it's a scam, they try to put money, but they just hope that for a month the project survives. So they know this is a scam, this is fake. They know it, but they put money because they hope that in 1 month they can withdraw and take out some profit. But I remember some pity. Actually, there was an Indonesian investor, a big investor that we met, and he had invested into, I think it was 20 projects. 20 projects, and many of them he knew it was a scam. He knew it was a scam, but he wanted to just hit and run, put money, take out money quickly. Some of them, he put money, 3 days later, it crashed. He couldn't get the money out anymore. And in fact, after I think it was a year or 6 months or so, of the 20 projects, there was still one running, and 19 had collapsed within 6 months or so. 19 of the 20 had collapsed, only one was running. Now, can you guess which one was the project still running? FMCPay. That was the only one that he had invested. Why? Because FMCPay is not a scam. All right, it's just not a scam. That's why it actually continued running and is continuing running and will continue running. So hit and run is also popular for scam projects. You will pay, and that is another thing, another aspect. You will pay a huge withdrawal fee. You have also waiting time. You cannot withdraw immediately. We know that with Paynet coin, you can actually withdraw within 3 days, 4 days. You can already withdraw some profit if you want. It's possible. And with others, you have waiting delays and so on. You cannot withdraw within the first month or something. And then when you want to withdraw, there are all kinds of hassle and problems and difficulties and challenges to actually take out money, and huge withdrawal fees. And we know that for FMC Pay, when you want to withdraw money, I always say, like, if you, because there are some flat fees and there are some percentage fees that you have to pay. Basically, when you have in your investment account, the AFF 2024 account, the investment account, if you have money accumulated there from your staking, to bring that all over to your personal private bank, local bank, for $1,000, you will pay a roughly 1.5% fee, which a commission, which is actually fair in total. Okay, so a rough guide is 1.5%. Now, of course, if you withdraw only $20 or so, you will pay a lot, because we know that to withdraw money from the first step from the AFF account, investment account, to FMC Pay, you pay already $10 or 20 Paynet coin. So that is, you don't want to withdraw too small amounts, but it boils down to roughly 1.5% if you have some critical mass. Now, as I mentioned, some basic steps on staking. So when you want to stake, and this is important to understand the 2 second points of how FMC Pay can actually pay it. So you have your $3,000. Then the $3,000 you convert it into Paynet coin. You trade it in your FMC Pay to the equivalent Paynet coin amount, whatever the market rate is. Now, I think the market rate is around now for $3,000, 6,100 Paynet coin, around that. So you buy 6,100 Paynet coin with $3,000, whatever $3,000 is at the moment, and then you hand it over to Paynet coin, to FMC Pay. So the central wallet of FMC Pay actually keeps your money in the form of Paynet coin, not in US dollar. But then it is converted back into US dollar, and the accounting in your staking account is all done in US dollars. So you have $3,000, and you have then profit also in US dollar, and so on and so forth. Okay, when you want to withdraw, same thing happens. You first exchange it into Paynet coin. So you have your $9, $9, $9 accumulating, and then you say, okay, I want to withdraw. You first exchange it to Paynet coin, and from Paynet coin, you withdraw it from your account, investment account. You then sell the Paynet coin to US dollar, and then you have US dollar back. Okay, so that's the process, and the process takes around 1 minute or so, depending on how used you are to actually do it. But it can take 1 minute, and in that 1 minute, you haven't really not lost any value on your dollar account. So the dollars that you had originally, you will have them at the end when you withdraw. But it has to go through Paynet coin, because FMC Pay will actually pay you out your dollar profit in Paynet coin, exchange into Paynet coin. Why? Because they have Paynet coin. They don't have US dollar. FMC Pay doesn't keep US dollar. They keep Paynet coin. So they pay you out the equivalent of your dollar earnings in Paynet coin, which then you can sell in the market immediately to gain back your dollars. So how can they pay you the Paynet coins? And this is where I want to go back to this website that I was showing you of CoinMarketCap. So the second reason why they can actually pay you the Paynet coin profit is because they created, and you can see it on the left, FMC Pay created 560 million Paynet coin, which they keep in their central wallet. FMCPay has created from nothing 560 million Paynet coin, which they keep in their wallet, and they can pay you out the profitability for the investors. So that's the second reason. Now, this is actually a reason that is very similar to central banks, because central banks also, they buy paper, they buy ink, they put an image on the paper, and they say, here you go, this is $100. All right. So they basically create money, and FMC Pay in that sense also created money, with the difference that the central bank can continue creating money as they wish. But in the case of cryptocurrencies, the supply is fixed to the 560 million. So FMC Pay, even they would like to, they cannot go back and create more Paynet coin. That's not possible. The supply is limited. So this is the second reason why they can pay you out, because they actually created 560 million Paynet coin, right, to pay you out. So let's recap. First reason is a real business. Second reason, the central bank power. I call it the central bank power to kind of remember that point. Now, the third point. The third point is a bit tricky. It's probably the most difficult one to understand, but it's the most compelling one to understand, actually. So this reason, we need to understand it well. And I always use an example here. Let's say that we have in February 1st, 2022, we had an early investor, because I was actually very concerned about early investors, knowing that the project is already running 3 years, almost 4 years. There are a lot of early investors that maybe invested and cashed out and are sucking liquidity now from the project, because they already finished the cycle and they're actually cashing out their profit. So I was concerned initially with these early investors. Now let's look at this early investor. Let's assume that he entered in 2022, so that's obviously more than 2 years ago. At that time, Paynet coin was 9.6 cent, and the $3,000 that this investor put into the system was worth 31,000 Paynet coin. So what did he do in February 1st, 2022? He bought Paynet coin with $3,000, which was 31,000 Paynet coin. And then he actually, let's assume that this investor leaves the investment for 2 years, says, I don't care about it, I'll just let it accumulate. And then February 1st, 2024 goes back and withdraws the full 9,300 as promised. So gets 9,300, but we remember that the payout is in Paynet coin, not in US dollar, but the equivalent. So in February 2024, this investor goes, receives 9,300, sees in the investment account, wow, I accumulated 9,300 just as promised. I'm very happy about that. That's great. So hashes it out, receives 26,500 Paynet coin, because the Paynet coin at that time was 35 cents, and then receives back the 9,300, can sell it in the market. So what happened? Let's look at an overview. So in fact, this investor invested $3,000, receives $9,300 back, which is the profit promised of 6,300 net profit for the investor. So the investor is good. He's happy. He has the promised profit. But what happens to the cash flow of FMC Pay? What happens to the central wallet? Actually, this investor put in 31,000 Paynet coin at that time, but received back only 26,500. So actually, this investor left around 4,500 Paynet coin in the central wallet due to his investment. So why is actually FMC Pay receiving Paynet coin? Well, because the investor initially cashed in more Paynet coin than the 9,300 were worth afterwards. Why is that? Because in fact, FMC Pay is keeping Paynet coin. So their value of the central wallet in US dollar actually increases as Paynet coin increases. And it turns out that From 2 years ago, Paynet coin was worth 10 cent and now is around 50 cent. So actually it increased in value by 5 times. But how much are investors actually receiving? Investors are receiving only 3 times because we're putting in $3,000 and we are receiving 9,300. For each $1 that you put, you get $2 extra. So we are receiving 3 times the value that we invested, right? But FMC Pay was now gaining 5 times the value on the investment, right? So this is a key point. So as the valuation of Paynet coin increases, actually FMC Pay is making a benefit to actually pay us out. So as Paynet coin increases in valuation in US dollar by 3 times or more, what FMC Pay could actually do is just leave our investment without doing anything and then just pay us out less Paynet coin after that because they are actually making money on us with that. Now, if why would Paynet coin increase in value? And that is the key question that we need to understand. Well, Paynet coin would increase in value if FMC Pay is able to create more utility, more benefit for users in the usage of FMC Pay, of Paynet coin. And I think that they are actually succeeding in doing that. We saw the user increase of FMC Pay. We can see that FMC Pay is actually gaining more users. The market is receiving the project very well. Paynet coin, if you look at the long trend, is actually increasing and beating even the profitability of very known coins like Bitcoin, like Ethereum, and so on and so forth. Again, showing that the market is actually accepting Paynet coin, and this is starting to work out. Now, what are we thinking can happen in the next time? So this, I need to update this from October. But the question is, if you invest today, so what will happen within the next 2 years? And I think that there are good reasons to believe that Paynet coin valuation could increase actually to probably $5, $6 within the next 2 years. Now, if that happens, and the reasons are this increase and strengthening of the ecosystem, the real utility of the Paynet coin, and the good track record that actually Paynet coin has had over the last 4 years. Well, if it happens that Paynet coin valuation increases to $5, well, that would mean increase in value by 10 times, while we as investors, we receive 3 times. So obviously it would be very easy then for FMC Pay to pay us out as investors. Now, truth is that our money is actually not just laying around in the central wallet, but actually is being used for what we call the proof of stake. Proof of stake is validating each blockchain transaction, which is a requirement for blockchain. It's part of the system. You need capital to actually, you need your own coin, you need Paynet coin to validate transactions that are being outperformed in the market. And as the market grows, you need more and more Paynet coins actually to validate those transactions for the proof of stake. Maybe you are familiar with mining. Well, mining and staking, that is actually a similar activity. Mining is very harmful to the environment because it's run on very powerful computers that compete with each other. So it needs a lot of energy and it needs very powerful computers. But staking actually does the same trick basically, but with less energy and less powerful computers because it's not a competition. It's a sign. The staking profit is a sign. So that's actually what your money is doing. You are actually serving the community in the proof of stake. So your money is actually working. But even if it wouldn't be working with the increase in valuation, FMC Pay could actually still pay us out. So those are the 3 reasons. The first reason is it is a real business. Second reason, the central bank power created money, FMC, coin 560 million. And the third reason is the appreciation of Paynet coin, which then allows to pay out very comfortably to investors and has in fact done so for the past 4 years. All right, that is what I wanted to share. I'm very happy to listen to questions as well or comments. So over to you back. Thank you very much.
Amazing. Amazing, amazing. And this is fantastic, Dr. Dan. We really, really appreciate your commitment for this is highly deeper. I'm sure for anyone who is actually much interested in knowing how this actually work, we really appreciate this deeper presentation and then both the symbiotic relationship of crypto generally and all the differences in Ponzi scheme and all of that. Please, you are here. Please, objectively, I know we have taken note of one or two things, or probably when somebody who invited you was explaining about this opportunity to you, and there are a few things that came to your mind, just like had Dr. Daniel said, there are a few things that came to his mind, questions at the beginning, how this thing happened, what sustained these and all of that. So please, I like us to feel free and ask questions so that we can get us clarified about the whole thing that have been presented to us. All right. So please, you have the questions, you can either you type it on the chat or you can ask your digital hands up, then we will respond to you. So please, we're waiting for questions. How many of us are joining us for the first time today? Can I see your digital hands? You are joining for the first time today. This is the first day of attending this presentation. Can I see our digital hands?
Yeah, Mr. Felix,
Sir.
well done. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you, Dr. Daniel. Somebody is asking, how does the compensation plan work? It's on the chat box.
Oh, great. Yeah. So, Victor. Dr. Dan, somebody is asking, how does the compensation plan works?
Compensation. You mean if you invite friends?
Yeah.
Yes.
Affiliate.
Okay. Yes. So there are two benefits, no, actually three benefits that you can have through networking. So in fact, what I shared is the program, the project actually is very interesting for people who just want to invest by themselves. They get the 108% per profit in US dollar per year, and that's it. And it is a good profit. So some people, they invest into the project and they just invest by themselves, and that's good. But if you happen to share this with others, as was correctly mentioned here or questioned by Victor, there are actually benefits as well. So basically, you get three benefits. One is the direct commission. The direct commission is on the investment. You get 5% on the friend's investment. So when your friend wants to invest, wants to participate in the project, you always need to have a referral code. You cannot find a website. You cannot just go to the website and just invest by yourself independently. You need somebody to actually give you a referral code. That's how it works. Any investment then that your friend, family member does, you will benefit 5% from that investment. So, for example, if your friend invests $3,000, which is the main package that most people do, then you will be benefiting by $150. That's one thing, the direct commission. The second benefit is the pairing. The pairing is a little bit more complex. When you give referrals to friends, you actually can choose whether you want to give the referral to what we call the right side or the left side, the right leg or the left leg. And when your two legs are paired, So balanced. So for example, one friend of you invested on the left side and you yourself created a new account on your right side. You can create as many investments accounts as you wish. Okay, no problem. You can create your own investments accounts and benefit from your direct commission directly. So let's say that one friend invested on your left side. You gave him a referral link for your left side. And you yourself created an account on your right side, and you also put another $3,000 on your right side. Well, then on the left and the right, you will have $3,000 invested. So your top account will benefit by, if you have $3,000 invested in your top account, 8%, which is $240 additionally from the 3,000 pairing. So 3,000 left, 3,000 right. It is balanced. You get $240 extra on these 3,000 that were invested. So that's the pairing. Now, the direct commission that I just mentioned before only accounts for the first level referral. So when I give a referral code to my friend, he invests into an account directly under me. I get the $150. But if then my friend gives the referral code to another friend, so there's a second level, then I don't get any referral commission anymore. Okay, so let's be clear on that. There's actually not this pyramidal a huge construct because the direct commission, for example, is only on the next level. But the pairing, actually, I can continue benefiting downwards also as people invite other people. So the left leg and the right leg, it doesn't matter how many referrals there are and how many sub accounts there are, there will be created the sum of left and right, and then whatever is balanced, I will gain 8% profit as well. And this can actually be important over time. By the way, FMC Pay is not a project where you can get rich overnight. You have to be patient and you have to build it slowly. But slowly but surely, you will actually be able to benefit tremendously also by inviting other people to join. Because and let me share you this just shortly. This is what happens when you invite people into Paynet Coin. This is my own experience. You invite them and you share about this, and then they say, okay, I'll try with $3,000. I'll try it and so on. So okay, you help them to invest actually because you don't want them to do it alone. So you help them to invest, and then like 2 weeks later, I call them up and I ask them, hey, how is it going with your investment account? Did you go in? Did you see how many dollars you have accumulated? Mostly the answer is, oh, no, I did not. Oh, right. Yeah, my investment account, because, many things going on in our lives. And that was one of them. And then often they haven't really taken note of it. So after 2 weeks, they start looking because I told them to look, and they see, oh, wow, there are the $9. It's like they promised. Okay, very good. So after a month or so, maybe, or 3 weeks, I call them up again and I tell them, hey, how about you withdraw some money, what you have accumulated so far, and you go out with your wife for a nice dinner. You take advantage of that money that you have accumulated. And then often they say, okay, yeah, let's do that. So I connect with them and then we take out the money. They see, wow, you can take out the money. It really works. And it was simple. It was easy. I have the money. I go for a dinner. And then after maybe 2 months or so, they come back to you. They start calling you and they say, look, I was giving it a thought about this, and actually I thought about investing another $3,000. Can you help me set up another package and so on? So they actually approach me. I don't have to approach them anymore. And then they do that and I help them and so on and so forth. Maybe they go even for the third package, fourth package. And what happens after 4 or 5 months? Actually, they come back to me often and they say, you know what? Thank you so much for showing me about this wonderful project. I am so happy. That's the truth. That's what happens. That's my own experience. After 4, 5, 6 months, people get back to you and thank you tremendously for actually being part of this project. And actually, they by themselves want to invest more and more and more because they're smart people. They see this is working. I want to invest in this. I want to take advantage of it. And then you actually are also benefiting from the accumulation of the pairing on the both sides, not from the direct commission, right? Because they have their sub accounts, but from the pairing. And it's really a project where everybody benefits, where we actually benefit together. So it's really a wonderful project to be in and to share it freely and without any worries to other friends. Thank you very much for that question. Yeah, I trust that the videos can be made available
Yeah.
to the community. Yeah, sure.
Yes, the video will be made available. Any other question? Thank you so much, Dr. Daniel. Mr. Victor, I hope that answers your question and it's clear enough.
Titush, I think Titush is asking a question. Titush or somebody. Can you're muted, so you can ask your question.
Yeah, good morning, sir. I think I'm clear with all this explanation now. I was just
Okay. Then we can see
Mr.
Wale.
Wale,
Mhm.
Mr. Wale,
Hello, sir.
Hello.
how are you, sir?
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes, we can hear you
Oh,
loud and clear.
thank you very much, Dr. Boa. I just came in very, very, very late. I just rushed down from work just to make sure that I participate, even if for the little time. The explanation that you just gave now, very, very nice. And two questions I have, please. The staking hasn't been updated yet. We would like you to please update the staking so that we can stake henceforth. That is number one. Then number two, it will be much more helpful because when we introduce other people and they more or less like take on, and the commissions that we get is taken from the actual amount that we're supposed to earn over a period of 2 years that we have staked our own 3,000.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a kind of incentives, but that incentives is more or less like, yeah, we are getting the money that we're supposed to earn maybe in 2, 3, 4 months at a go. So it still come out of what we are going to have. If there is a way that you can really look at, yeah, just compensating us for bringing in other people, I appreciate what you are doing at the moment. Don't misunderstand me. It's more or less like an Oliver Twist asking for more. So, yeah, if there is a possibility of saying, I know there is another form of commission that if you within a month able to bring in 5 people that invest 3,000,
Yeah.
that is going to be 15,000. Then you get a kind of
Yes.
maybe company bonus or whatever.
On
Maybe by
your
the
weak
time,
leg, though. On your weak leg. Don't worry,
yes,
continue, sir.
on the weak leg, yes, on the weak leg, if you are able to bring in at least 5 people that are able to do 3,000 packages, making 15,000, you'll be able
Right.
to get some form of commission. So that is the only one that is kind of free, because that one I think is a company bonus that is given. So if anything could be done, if you look at the totality of how much an individual has brought into the group, like say anything from 100,000, but it doesn't come in quickly. It is a thing of over time, and somebody has brought in about $150,000 into the group. Maybe a kind of incentive can be given to that person, not necessarily within a month or within 2 weeks or within 2 months. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Very good comment. Thank you very much. And actually, this is very important also for the audience to be aware of that this bonus, the direct commission and the pairing bonus that I was just mentioning, actually accelerates the payback. It's not an additional payback. That's very important.
Okay.
Now, the reason why this is because actually we are receiving 3 times the investment always, no
Okay.
matter how fast or how long it takes. Our maximum profit always will be 3 times the initial investment and not more. With the small exception that Whale also was mentioning, that monthly over the month, we look at the pairings, and then also there are some extra bonuses that can range up to, I think, $250,000 per in one go, which is extra to the profit that one makes, or to the other bonuses. Now, it has to do with making a project that is sustainable. So why actually is FMC Pay running already almost 4 years? Because the payouts are not crazy. And in fact, we get 3 times the investment, which is actually very good. I have
Yes,
to
yes.
convince sometimes friends of mine from the banking sector, why can this project pay 108%? Because they say that's way too much. So I have
I
to convince
understand.
them on the other side. But it stopped at 3 times the valuation. So 3,000 become 9,300 always, never more. But the acceleration actually allows us, if you can recover the 9,300 within 6 months or so, you can actually increase your investment
That's good.
exposure by 3 times already and benefit 108% 3 times instead of just 1 time, right? So
That's
that
cool.
is kind of the benefit. So it helps that the project is solid.
Okay.
But I understand also the other side where we say, oh, I wish I could receive a bit more from that. But on the other hand, let's always remember that if the profitability is limited to investors, it actually also makes the investment, the whole project more stable and solid and not a scam. And that's why it's running 4 years, because it actually has a stable structure in this way. Now,
Fantastic.
Mr. Whale, just quickly, the first question, can you
Yeah, it has to
explain?
do with the staking. The
Yeah, the
staking
Uh-huh.
staking
has not been activated.
in the exchange. You know, there is a staking portal on the exchange.
Right.
Not the AFF 2024 now, but
Yes.
on the exchange. For this year, it has not been activated, so that we can
Ah,
stake, yeah, Paynet
yeah.
coin, FMC, USDT.
Right. Yeah, those are staking on FMC Pay. There are some staking possibilities, but they depend on the times, on the seasons. That is not consistent. What is consistent always is the AFF
Right,
Yeah,
2024. There you
right,
always can stake, but the staking projects on FMC Pay, they are sometimes stopped and then new ones come in, so they are not consistently offered the whole time. Yeah,
right.
that is true. That is true.
Okay,
Mm.
so what we
so
want to know is,
yeah,
will they be enabled, and how soon can they be enabled? You know, that staking in the FMCP has helped a lot of us to preserve our tokens.
that's it.
It has really,
Yeah.
really helped us to preserve our tokens. So we want to know when it will be enabled, so that we can go back to our normal, staking.
Yeah. Maybe next week we can actually then address that to Mr. Tony, because he handles the timings of those staking programs on
All
FMC
right.
Pay. We can ask him directly what is in stake. But I know that he always like has different possibilities, and there are different projects being offered at different times. Yeah, for investors.
I
Very
have
good.
been
That's
bombarding Mr. Tony all the time, asking when is the staking coming back again. He's
Mhm.
just told me that it's not activated yet, or it's not updated yet. So
Yeah.
if,
Yes.
go ahead.
Sorry, Mr. Wadi. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Go ahead.
Okay, because I asked him same, and he said, because he's been kind of busy today,
Okay.
Jakarta, tomorrow
Yeah.
he's in Jakarta, tomorrow he's in another country and all of that. So he's been
Right.
kind of very busy, tight schedule and all of that. I
Okay.
think that's why the thing has not come up. So, well,
Yeah.
we'll sit on his neck again this week and see to it that the thing quickly, comes
Yeah.
up before we now go and spend the money that we are keeping in the,
Yeah.
you can't be looking at money in the wallet
Yes.
and
Yeah.
uh,
I don't understand. I'm not sure
every
whether
part of
Dr. Boa
project is money.
understands sticking on his neck.
Every part of this project is making money.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
Mr.
true.
Kolawole.
No,
Okay.
he's not Mr. Mrs. Kolawole.
Mrs.
Oh,
Kolawole.
please, thank you. Mrs. Kolawole, please speak on, ma.
Yeah. First of all, I want to thank Dr. Daniel for another section today. I've been talking with Mr. Yobami. It's just that I don't know. I have this issue regarding making payments because I have spoken to some people about this thing. So their concern is that is it not possible for them to just pay their 3,000 direct and do the investment? Because I am looking at where I can get people, because from the explanation he, as in Mr. Yobami did, and the one Dr. Daniel has, at least I've attended 2 of his section. I'm looking at a situation where if I'm able to bring people, I'm able to like circle out quickly than waiting for 2 years and reinvest. But their concern is that they don't want to do a business where they have to like change, because I'm in Europe, change euro to naira, then now buy again, that they are not comfortable with that. That if like they want to buy stock in the stock exchange, they just go direct. That's why is it not like that in this? Because I don't know much about this crypto kind of business. I don't know how it works. So if I don't know if I can get more understanding. So if I have that question, if I'm faced with such questions, I know what to tell them, because that's what a lot of people, they're just all about. Even I've not been able to even make my own transfer completely because of this difficulty.
Okay. Yeah, actually, I have some experience on that because I have friends from Europe that are investing in FMC Pay. What we found as the easiest way is actually to open up a Binance account, and you can transfer then with SEPA. Bank transfer from your European bank into Binance. You pay $1 for the $3,000, $1 fee. And from Binance, then you change the euros into USDT. You can do that very easy as well on Binance itself. And then you transfer the USDT to FMC Pay exchanger. They have to set up an exchange FMC Pay. And then in FMC Pay, you can then trade it to Paynet coin. Now, this all sounds maybe a bit complicated and so on. So people who are unfamiliar with all the cryptocurrency, I actually help them through, or I even do it for them if they want, because I understand that for some people it's uncomfortable and it's a bit a lot of things. Once you are actually accustomed to do it, it's always 1 minute, 2 minute procedure. It's very fast. But I understand that at the beginning it's a bit sounds overwhelming. And actually, the trading fees from a European bank account to FMC Pay is actually not very high. So that is the best solution that I found to do.
Can I say one thing? Because I quite understand. I am facing a similar challenge because I am based in UK, and yeah, just like you explained, that is just about the way to go about it now. But one thing I just want to add is everything boils down to question of trust, Mrs. Kolawole. Because I work closely with some members of my church, and it's been difficult. Sorry?
I say you took the word from my mouth. Trust. Go ahead, man.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a question of trust. I'm trying to build. I have been trying in the past 1.5 years now to build a kind of community within my church, and I speak mainly to those of us that are from the same origin. You understand what
Now
I'm?
you're talking like I have people from different regions. They don't
Yeah,
even want to
exactly.
hear that.
It's very, very difficult for us to say that, okay, bring. In fact, I told some guys that are from here that, oh, okay, this thing is very good. They just say, oh, Wale, don't talk about it, it's scam. Straight away, they debunk it. But over time that I've been trying to build that trust, I first of all look for somebody that I know that, okay, I can talk to, and the person was much more willing. So I started training this person gradually, and over time, he's on board now, but himself is still having some little bit of fear. But like Dr. Daniel said earlier, when you have made them to, if when they have accumulated some amount of money, ask them what do they want to do. Do they just want to take some little out of that? Go ahead and spend it, because even when I help somebody and the person make a withdrawal and is going some good amount of money, he still doubt it. And I ask him, okay, let's go to your ATM machine, withdraw the money. Even when the person has withdrawn 50 pounds in his hand, he was still looking. He waited there for about 3 minutes, still thinking that, oh, is this thing real? Is this real money? I said, am I the one that printed it for you? So it's still somehow confusing for a lot of people, but it's a question of trust which we can build over time. There are some about 14 people that I'm going to meet probably in April. We are trying to look at how we can put a kind of community together. One or two of them are started about a year ago and they're enjoying the benefit. They are the ones that are actually spreading out the news that, oh, Wale is helping us to do some little bit of investment and we are getting something. So the word is spreading out gradually. So it's going to take a bit of time. And there are some of them that I will say, okay, when I help them, I screenshot every stage of the transaction to them so that they know I am not making any money from them. And that convinces some of them to say, okay, it's transparent enough the way you are showing it to us, but we want to do it on our own. And I say, yeah, Dr. Daniel said we can open Binance account and let them know. I use MEXC. MEXC is very, very good for me because there are so many network that it supports, and that is the one that I use at the moment. So let's gradually build up trust among these people. It's not going to happen overnight. It will take some time. Even when you yourself, you have had some uh, profit from it, you can show it to them. You can show the way you make your withdrawal and things like that. And I am quite open to show them, okay, this is my account, this is what I am doing, this is how I'm going about it. And when they see that, sometimes we go out and I say, okay, you buy your coffee, I buy my coffee, but I will pay for your coffee, and they will be like, oh, okay, because it's not a general thing that happens here that somebody just want to pay for your food or anything like that. So yeah, I think gradually we can win them over that way. Sorry for my rantings, please.
Ah,
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
this
Yeah.
is I want to say something. I think me, Mr. Ayobami, Mr. Wale, I think we will meet afterward to maybe we can form a kind of, maybe just create a kind of, we'll have to beg those of you who are in the UK or in Europe there, maybe we can create a kind of nucleus for you guys. And so that we can have some kind of, just like you use MXC now, so that we can do overall kind of, will I call it a kind of tutorial, so that the trust can be built, and then when as the trust is being built, they are gaining more knowledge and then be able to create independence. Because I know one of the greatest issue, maybe some of us in this part, is that we have opportunity for different like, can I say, options to get in USDT and do. It's not like that over there with you people. But if you form a nucleus and then work on that as an offshoot, not just for the the investment, okay, everything, but to be able to, so that they can see like little explanation, okay, how to create MSC, and then how to get in money into it, and how to get in money out, and all of those movement, so that over time, then if within the nucleus is created, and anyone within Europe that come into our ecosystem are added to that nucleus, and then there can be more interaction. Okay, where you are, okay, I'm in Europe and all of that, so that that can be done. Because I know the way this project is going, one of the painful part of it is that if the way is going now, for instance, some people, when they will now have understanding about this project, may have been maybe after like 1 or 2 years, they now be beating themselves. Oh my gosh, I will have done better all this while. But because
Yeah.
of this little thing, I think there's going to be a need for us to create such thing, and then so that the trust is built from there, and then they can now have independency from there too. Some of them that are able to have independency from these can equally help other people. And so, and I think this can work for us to an extent.
All
Yeah,
right.
I agree with
Yeah,
that. And
thank
yeah, it's a thing that we should be able to work on. And yeah, I'm all for anything that will help anybody in this regard.
Okay.
I need to move on, unfortunately. I'm so sorry, but actually, just mentioning that in March, I will be traveling to Europe, and maybe even Tony will be joining me. So there would be a
Okay.
possibility to actually go to London, meet some of you guys, or Paris or wherever. So that's an idea. But thank you very much. Unfortunately, I need to move on. Thank you very much. It has been a pleasure for me to join you guys again, and see you soon again. All the
Thank you,
best.
Dr. Daniel. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Dr. Daniel.
Thank
Thank
you for
you.
your time.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
All
Bye
right.
bye.
All
Bye.
right. All right. So from here, someone is asking, what is the fate of this business if Mr. Tony is incapacitated from running the business? Now, the business does not have anything to do with Mr. Tony. Yes, he's the head of developers and all. Even the staking we are asking about, someone is just telling me on my WhatsApp that it's working now, that I was able to stake for 182 days or so yesterday,
Wow.
which was not, yeah. So it's actually active, or we didn't know. Okay, so for us to be clear, this project does not revolve around Tony, just the way Binance does not revolve around CZ. Okay, and how you will know is when you are doing your withdrawals, it is not possible for everything is more like automated.
Instant.
Okay, it's instant. Your withdrawals, everything is instant. It does not have
Maximum
any,
2 minutes.
it's there, so it does not have any human interference at all. At all. Yes, it may be, the arrowhead in terms of building, in terms of developer, in terms of, development and all. But for all you need to know, this project is headed by, is a group. Is a group. The group, I think there are about 5 of them. Okay. So it's just that, okay, Tony is interfacing with uh the market. That's why his face is everywhere and everything. Okay, so it does not really revolve around him. Even if anything happens to him today, God forbid, the business continues. You don't have anything to worry or to fear. All
And
right.
Okay, AY.
and
Can
I
I
think
can
to it, sorry. Please, for that person, you probably wouldn't understand. You heard me when Mr. Obami was talking, and I said something that every aspect of this ecosystem is money making. Like this question we're asking about, open the segment. In fact, it's because some of us are already like landlord in the system. That's why we're talking in this segment. Not everybody know about this segment we're even talking about. It's like an insider segment because inside the FMCPay segment, which has actually nothing to do with the general thing. And there are so many aspects that many of us might have not even discovered about this project. Now, when we talk about this, it's like now some of us can be privileged to have seen some segment by segment by segment. Like other people now, the only thing they know about the whole ecosystem is the 9% of 3,000 staking platform on the AFF and all of that. And they have not even come back to And then if you go on YouTube now, you have some persons, the only thing they were marketing at a point was like the airdrop of the activating
FMCP, yeah.
and then verify your account. Yes, now I was like, so that was the only thing they know, right? I'm sure because that's why, like what Dr. Daniel was saying, said you cannot invest without asking somebody. Because if you look at it right now, if you go to a FMCPay platform and you even sit down to explore, you will have been making money without knowing that there's another place that the oil well is actually available. And then
That's true.
a lot of them don't know that, and all of them that okay, this actually is happening. And so when you hear talking here, that's why we always encourage people to attend meetings. And these meetings like these expose us to a whole lot of things. And then so imagine now maybe in the next 3, 4, 5 years. I think I was just interacting with somebody about into some time. I said, we've been talking about tokenization, and I said the full fledged of it, you can see more light of tokenization in 2027. And if that's going to happen, and you now see FMCP have been talking about, fractional electronic stock and all of that. That is practically a tokenization. And now, if you listen to like, the current president of United America talking about, head, hub of cryptocurrency, blockchain, and tokenization, and all of that. And so it's like you already prepare ahead of what will happen. And I was telling the person, I said, time will come, you will see that is some of us who have been in the system. Okay, imagine somebody who is on this platform now and have accumulated so much money. That's like what Mr. Wale, Mr. Obama was asking, that please open it so that we don't waste our money that we are holding. Because why? You're looking at a time will come, okay, you say staking on AFF has stopped, maybe in 2027 or whatever, has stopped. And that's when you're coming in. And you will hear that, okay, we just have a bargain, or we just have a deal, a contract with social company, maybe BlackRock or whichever. And then they give us a block of worth of maybe $50 billion. And if you want to participate in it, you must have a Paynet coin. And maybe Paynet coin is $10 that time. And they will now tell you that, okay, you must have Paynet coin up to 100,000 pieces. Now, you now look at 100,000 pieces of Paynet coin. You now multiply by $10. You now say,
1 million.
these people are wicked, though. Where do they want us to see that kind of money? But people have excess of millions of, they will just say, okay, let's block the block. And that's where we're talking about tokenization and all of that. So, so when you hear us talking some things, there are some things that are more deeper, and then we just need to like assimilate them, one after the other. And that's why we are begging everybody. Invite, you hear what Mr. Wale was talking now. It's not about even the referral system you want to make, it's about helping a lot of people. There are a lot of people that are far off, and they will have benefited so much. Imagine this project for the past, some of us have been there for the past 3 years. So imagine some persons, the money they have lost in Ponzi scheme here and there, and then imagine what they have stabilized by themselves now, maybe finish the first cycle and they are entering the second cycle. And last time we're talking about, people said, forget about the shouting, they are shouting, our market, Bitcoin go to $200,000. Okay, your question you ask is that, what if you stop at that 110? And then you now come back, we'll see it at $73,000. You will tell us, oh, this thing is a scam, but somebody is stable and making a lot of money every day and then stockpiling. Then the next cycle come again, you will have a lot of money. Okay, so please, that's what I just want to chip in. I think Mr. Victor want to talk on that.
Yeah, Mr. Victor, thank you, Mr. Felix. Mr. Victor, go ahead.
Yeah. So thanks. Confirm you can hear me.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, we can.
Okay. So great comment. And I appreciate all the information that has come through today. All right. So for me, that question was to test that there's a structure in place, right? And I hear you. If Binance can do without CZ, right? But if there was no structure and CZ was taken into jail, you would imagine what would happen to BNB and
BNB
Binance
would have
as a
turned to
whole.
dust now. It would have turned to
Exactly.
dust. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's what I actually wanted to hear, because I haven't seen some documentation. But I'm a solid investor in this project, and AY will confirm to that. In fact, I've only just gotten started. Right,
You
but
have not even started. You are warming up.
I'm still warming up with 5 blocks. But then for me is the confidence that by the time you have so much of investment in this place, and I'm sure every other person, we just talked about trust, right? It is that trust that, and anything can happen to anyone, but it's that trust that this business will continue with or without Tony. Because I had the comment that we need to talk to Tony for some things to happen. It's the reason I
Yeah,
threw. Is the reason, sorry, is the reason I actually threw in that question that there is a structure in place. The types where you have board of directors or board of trustees. A system that runs this business, not a person, right? And
right.
and I think that everyone will be very comfortable hearing that there is such. So it was just a question to test that there's a structure in place to keep this going, with or without the founder.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
sorry if I may, yeah, just like Mr. Plan BX, I'd like to know to know his name because he's somebody that I love to interact with on one-to-one level. Yeah, when those of us that have been around, have not been around for ages either. Thanks to Mr. Ayobami for dragging me on at the time that we did. But I equally drag one lady who came to work in my unit here. And yeah, I mean, she has been scammed on several things before. And I mean, initial contact was more or less like, oh, get out, you this man. I don't want to talk to anybody. But along the line, we warm up to one another, and she started off. In fact, she is one of my biggest investor brought to this platform now. And about 2 weeks ago, she was telling me, oh, she was going to resign from her work. And I'm like, no, don't resign yet. She said, yeah, they don't pay me this much that I get on daily or monthly basis, that I've never been able to take my mom on holiday before and blah, blah, blah. I kept insisting that please don't resign from your work yet. But she's telling me that she's going to resign because she see no reason why she can just add more and more every month. If she want to buy 2 more packages every month, she can be doing that. She said, what do I think? I said, yeah, just continue to increase your hold, or I mean, keep on acquiring more packages, but don't resign yet. I'm not sure she's going to listen to me because I mean she's reasonably comfortable. I said myself, I am just struggling here and there to make sense meet, but the platform has provided opportunity for one that the your card doesn't decline anymore like it used to decline in those days. So yeah, yeah. So I mean, let every one of us just take it. I mean, let's build it the way we are trying to, and God help us along the line. We will eat the food, the good fruit of the land. Sorry, I talk too much.
Yeah, well, anyway, that's a welcome one. Thank you, Mr. Wale. You see, I don't know if anyone still have any question or something to say.
Simplicity's hand is raised up, please.
Okay, please go ahead,
Thank you very much, my boss.
Mr. Simplicity.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir. I want to chip in one or two things from what Daddy Wale just said just now.
I'm a small boy.
I'm also a small boy, sir. Sir, the area I want to go to, someone was asking question about documents, trusts. The person, Mr. Victor, make reference that when it's because there is structure on ground. Even if there is structure on ground, you are also with knowledge and information, you can create your own structure inside structure. You need knowledge, you need information. Now, let's assume you have been on this platform for the past 3 years. You have been able to accumulate, let's say, 100,000 Paynet coin. At this stage, if you have 100,000, yes, you can stake half of it on FMCpay. The other half, you divide it into two. Maybe you reinvest it. The other half, out of that remaining half, which is 25%, you need to pull it out and have it in your own personal wallet. This is, I'm only just chipping in Plan B Express approach. It must not, everything must not be inside. Don't say you trust Binance and keep all your BNB in Binance. If you do that, you are wrong. That is why we have wallet. Please, it's advisable, out of the 100% you have, stake 50%, reinvest 25%, the other 25%. That is where the savings for tomorrow will come. You can imagine, let's assume that, well, I still remember when Plan B was telling us buy BNB. You can imagine BNB was $5 at that time. Let's assume you buy 100 of it. The same 100 now is worth almost $700 per one. So you don't need to keep everything inside Fmcpay. Inside the structure, because you are seeing document does not mean it's so, the only thing that can be forever is the word of God. I'm very sorry to say that. Let your asset, at least 25%, be inside your personal wallet. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Simplicity. Thank you for that comment. All right. So what I wanted to say, basically, of course, I mean, you can your coin, your money, your decision, okay, you can run it anyhow, I mean, the way you want, okay. When this project came in 2021, I'll keep saying this, it took some time, about 11 months, before we started as a team. And the reason was we wanted to test everything and see that, okay, this thing is true. It's not one of those other kind of project that came and used soft bread to pack our stew and run away. Okay. So that's we were able to, we waited for 11 months. And what were we doing? Yes, we were doing some checks and all of that. I remember
Background check.
then, yeah, we were doing background check. I remember then, within that 11 months, personally, I had about 18 Zoom calls with Tony and the team. They will talk, I will listen, they will go, I will go, they will come back, we'll do everything and all. But in May 2022, like, okay, this guy that has been coming and going, let us even see what he was talking about. Then, personally, you know, the way I do my own thing after being convinced, I took on about 5 slots, 5 blocks of 3,000, because when I want to eat, I like to eat it big, you know. We took on that, and after 2 years, apart from money spent, money, you know, the one I staked within the ecosystem and all of that was in excess of about 150,000 units of Paynet coin. After the ones I've spent, the ones I've converted, used to buy other coins, some of the coins I bought
You
raw
must
pool.
do airdrop for us today.
You know, so some of the coins, you know, I bought then, some of them took the money, they raw pulled and all of that. Why? Because I was just trying to build a portfolio. Okay, where am I going? Now, when the packages expired, my capital started coming back. The ones that I did not max out, the ones that I maxed out, yes, I maxed out, and then I just see the reward coming. I can't take them because I've already taken the maximum I could take. And the benefit of that is I'm able to get, you know, more tokens, you know, and all. Now, when the capital started coming back and I needed to take more positions, people that knows me knows that if I do a business and it turns out well for me, there's something I do. I love cars. I will buy one car. Whether you like to use your head and walk on the floor, it's none of my business. I took my money. It's my money. It's my decision. I took it. I bought from Paynet Coin. I bought a car.
Love beasts.
Then, then I took on additional 14 slots. Additional 14 slots of 3,000. From the the previous reward, and then I looked at, okay, this is generating this much, and then we are building again. And I was talking to somebody uh 3-4 days ago that we are talking of a bull run, this one, some coins are doing some profit and all of that. For me personally, I'm still opening more accounts. Why? Because my own personal conviction is, yes, this system is a system that is here to stay, and is set to stay for good. Don't forget, we are still tenants with Tron. By the time our own house is completely built and the blockchain is launched, then it's going to be a different scenario. I remember we bought BNB less than $1 at some point when BNB was on, when Binance was on Ethereum or something. The moment the Binance chain was launched, every other thing changed. And the result is what we are seeing today. If you look at exchanges and all of that and what these things are doing, you will understand why we're here, where we are. Okay. So this is the best time for us to do whatever accumulation we want to do. We're still less than $1. It's the best that we can do. By the time we're $1 and above, then it becomes maybe your $270 will now be giving you 270 tokens or less at some point, which is going to happen pretty soon. So my own advice, whatever we want to build, we build, and then we are good to go. Mrs. Kolawole, are you still on this call, ma?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay, ma. So like Mr. Felix said, we'll look at a way to create, something around how to help you, your team in Europe and all of that, to be able to, come in seamlessly. Before I will use your money, the one you sent to me, to eat a buffet, let's quickly
do what?
to eat a buffet. Let's quickly find a
Bread
way
and
around
stew.
that. We quickly find a way around that, and then we are good to go. Thank you very much. Do we have any other question? Okay, somebody say, what is the duration of the staking? Won't enter this month or next month. Now, depending on the package you are staking, if you are on 3,000 package, is 24 months, which is the best package to be on actually.
Yeah.
24 months, you are good to go. You earn your $270 worth of Paynet coin monthly for 24 months, and after that your capital comes back if you are only an investor, just to stake and then your reward.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
If I am reading, I think maybe the person is talking about the staking on FMCPay.
If it is FMCpay,
It goes both ways.
you can do flexible. That means you can unstake it anytime
That's
without
true.
any duration, or you go to the fixed time portal and pick the days, any amount of number that you want. The first staking I did was for 2 years, and 10,800 tokens generated over 4,800 for me in 2 years, at that time. Okay. So it depends on you. You can decide to choose the number of days you want to do your staking on the FMCpay.
Yeah, I did the one of 825 days.
Good. Okay, so again, the person is asking, what if one enter with $100,000? How long will it take before withdraw? Okay, so if you are coming with the $100,000, what it means is that you are opening, you are having 33 blocks plus. Okay, now in 10 months and 2 weeks, 10 months and 2 weeks exactly, your $100,000 is back in your hand.
Yes.
Then you cruise the rest profit for 24 for the rest. That will be 14 months. Then or 13 months, 2 weeks. Then you have your capital back at the end of the period. Oh, you said 1,000. Sorry. Yeah, change it to 1,000. 1,000 USD. If you are doing 1,000 USD, on monthly basis, it generates $70 for you. So about 30 months plus, your capital is equally your staking period is expired, and then your capital is back.
Sorry,
Okay.
AY. If somebody intends to do 1,000, I mean, I know everybody's capacity are quite different, but if in the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks you now get another 1,000 and you want to do another 1,000, I will say that if there is any chance, please look for a way to make sure that you put your 3,000 together. The reason is this: if you take 1,000 each, maybe in a space of 3 or 4, 5 weeks interval, you'll be getting 210 at the end of that month over your 3,000. But if you are able to put your 3,000 together at once, you'll be getting 270. So I try as much as possible to discourage people, but everybody's capacity are completely different.
Yeah.
I have somebody that I know now. He looked for somebody that he can do a project together, a package together. The two of them contributed money and they bought a package. 2 weeks after, they get some bonus from somewhere and they are able to buy package, open an account in another person's name. If there is every opportunity, if there is an opportunity, not every opportunity, if there is an opportunity for you to be able to hold on, talk to 1 or 2 people that are of the same mind with you, so that you won't be losing $60 at every month. Just do 3,000 at a go. I have a friend that the person made a mistake. Eventually, we have to do 3 at a go, but I told him, you are losing $60, and he was asking me how. And I said, sorry, if we have been able to put the 3,000 together at a go, you will be getting 270, but 1,000 will give you 210 at the end of every month. So the man became jealous of the wife because the wife did 3,000 at a go and the man was getting 210 and the wife was getting 270, and he thought I was the one cheating. I said, no, I'm not cheating. That is the mathematics. Sorry.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
The logic someone can also apply is such. You know, when you say keep 3,000, when you get the other 3,000, maybe you might mistakenly spend it. So that is the advantage of the FMC Pay. When you get the 1,000, buy the Paynet coin on your FMC Pay and hold on. When the other 1,000 comes,
Brilliant.
buy the next FMC, buy the next Paynet. So before you know it, even sometimes when you buy, there's something we have even appreciated. It only requires more money to make it 3,000 from there, and now send the money and do your staking.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Mr.
That's another angle to it. Thank you. Okay, someone is asking, when is staking ending, 2027 or 2028? The last set of staking will be taken in 2028 to end in 2030. And then there will be no more staking. There will be no more staking. After 2028, no more staking. Okay, is Paynet the utility coin of FMC Pay? The answer is yes. Okay. Okay, I think that's about what we have on the chat box. Do we have any other question?
I think that utility token, utility token for AF 2024 is PAYN. Utility token for FMC Pay, that is FMC itself. So it's a in fact, it's more than two-edged sword. It's multiple-edged sword, because as you can stake PAYN, you can stake FMC itself as well. So
Mr. Wale, sorry, hold on. The FMC token is the one that was designed for the stock market.
Okay.
Not for the exchange. It was created for the market, for the stock market, while the Paynet coin itself is the ecosystem's utility token. That is the exchange token. Just
Okay,
like
now.
PNB is to Binance, that's what
Okay.
PAY is to FMCP.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you very much.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay, thanks a lot for AY for that, because that's the only way AY Pay would explode once FMC Pay, have their own blockchain.
No, sorry.
Okay, thanks.
So what did you say, Mr. Victor?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I was saying that. Thanks for that question, because that's the only way that the FMC blockchain will influence the price of paying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So once the blockchain, and I don't know, do you know when the blockchain will be? I think I heard it's going to be sometime this year.
Yes. The blockchain will be live probably by second quarter. We need to confirm again, but it's going to be live this year, definitely. Because
Okay, so
the stock trading on FMC Pay Exchange will go live this year as well.
Because if that's what it is, then I think we need to get on board as quickly as possible before the blockchain is fully set up and running.
Absolutely. That's you've hit the ground running in 2 days. I know what you have done. And I was telling someone, I know what you will do. Even me, I'm beginning to be jittery.
Hey, why? Me too, I want to hit the ground run, you.
People should not intimidate us.
Plan B Express and AY, you guys need to do airdrop for us today. I won't leave here until you do airdrop.
You people are intimidating me.
Provoke, Mama. Just provoke. Overtaking
now.
is allowed. Provoke, Mama. Provoke.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for your time. Again, someone will ask, when is the next meeting? Next meeting is Saturday. Every Saturday is constant, 10 a.m. Nigeria time. We'll be here live, with everyone. Let's rub mind. Invite everybody. Invite your friends. Invite your relatives, neighbors, your landlord daughter, your girlfriends, your anybody, your enemies. Bring them. Bring your pastor. Bring your GO. Bring everybody. And
I
everybody
agree
is
with
celebrated.
everything, but your landlord daughter.
Yes. Bring everybody. Let them come and listen. When everybody is making money and you are happy, the results can only be more happiness. Okay. So that's what I've seen with this. I have people I begged practically, seriously now, I have people I begged practically to, even though it's against my own people that knows me, once I share an opportunity with you once, twice, and you're not taking it, I let you be. Okay. But for some reasons, I worked practically petting or massaging some person's ego because I know they needed the opportunity. Okay, come, let us do this. When 3,000 was even less than 2 million, they did not listen. We were doing some analysis and paralysis and everything.
Paralysis.
Enemy of knowledge is knowledge. Enemy of knowledge is knowledge.
Absolutely. So, but after how many years? 2 years, 3 years, one woman called me yesterday. Ayo, that project you told me that time, is it still on? I said, by the grace of God, it's still on and is waxing strong. How much did you call it? Now, listen, she was trying to be mischievous with me. She said, you told me that time is 1.8 million something. I said, that was then, ma. Now it's about 5 million. She shouted. I said, ma, why are you shouting? What is the exchange rate today? $3,000 by exchange rate today. Or you want to pay $3,000 with the exchange rate of 2022? It doesn't work like that. Okay? So, by herself, sir, she brought out 15 million yesterday by herself to buy three slots. Now, does she have the money then? Very well. But because she was trying to, my daughter have done something like this before. My boyfriend has done something like this before. He has not to do anything. Not even you. You are, building your own this thing around somebody else's experience.
Using
I don't understand.
using another person's grace to run his race.
To run your, so for me, it is like someone said, it is when you wake up that is your money. As far as I'm concerned, this project is just getting started, and we are going places with it. I'll tell you, we did a project in 2019 that almost took my life. Wheezy, that was where I lost 20,000 BNB.
Wow.
This is mathematics of 20,000 BNB today. Well, Mr. Felix was aware. I had 20,000 BNB at some point, up until 2019. I lost it to a staking program, on a third party system.
The BNB we bought in 2017.
Some manner of accumulation. Let's just buy less than $1, some $2, some like that. We bought it there.
Yes.
And then everything. You know how much BNB 20,000 is worth today? I'm holding it. Maybe I will not even be talking Paynet concept.
Why you have to do your drop?
So
that's my conclusion.
That's where we are. So let's take it very, very, very seriously. Let's take this opportunity. People that are selling scams are selling, and people are pouring millions into it. I'm telling you, they're selling, pouring millions into it, and after this thing, the whole thing will just go. There was a guy that came to my office with $100,000 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago now. The guy's name is John. He came. I shared this opportunity with him. He said, "Okay, we'll come back." And even if it is one block, do it. See how it say, "Bros, don't worry, I'll come. I'll come." By the time he left my office, by the time I saw him the following about 2 weeks after, somebody has gone to use bread to collect the money from his hand, and the money was gone. Till today, he doesn't have a block.
Stop using the way, but here.
So we are here. We keep building, and then let's see how far we can go. For me, with ease, put $300,000-$400,000 there and sleep soundly, without having to worry. Soundly, I will sleep because I see people putting more than $1 million into this project. I see people, Philippines, Indonesia. One of my friends, before he started this project, he had to go and see Tony. We traveled to Indonesia to see Tony on one of his trips. And then that one, Tony took him to his house, saw where where they are doing their meetings and everything. And that gave him more confidence. That guy right now is running about 21, 22 slots on this platform. Okay, so as far as confidence, as far as this thing, your money is safe. It's very safe. And then we are good to go. All right.
Thank you so much.
Very much. Thank you, everyone. Mr. Felix, thank you so much. Any other, Mr. Wale, any parting word? Thank you. Mrs. Kolawole, thank you so much.
Thank you. Don't use my money to eat bread, though.
Bread, it is too much for bread. It will be good for Ogufe. Ogufe that has fat small.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, Plan B Express.
Thank you, Mr. Ayo.
Thank you so much. Mr. Lawale, I will reach you. Don't worry.
Plan Express, I will call you after now.
All right.
I can have more insight, and also I enjoyed the program. I was brought in by my top boss, Mr. Victor. So he will be more.
Okay. You told me about you. Don't worry. You are in safe hands. You guys want to come and shake Paynet coin in Africa? We are waiting.
All right.
No problem.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right.
Right, everyone.
So I said thank you because I had a major takeaway from today's section.
Okay.
1
one of it is that, I have some colleagues and they've been telling me, talking to me about investing 1,000. Today I have a clue to it, and that is the takeaway I'm proud. That if they can invest their 1,000 in the Paynet coin, probably over 3 times, you have accumulated 3,000.
Absolutely, sir.
To buy a package.
Yes.
It's a good takeaway for today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir. All right.
Yes,
Thank
I
you,
sent the
everyone.
message here. I said at the moment. Okay.
All right.
Hey, why? Here drop.
Don't worry to come.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Let me go back to do my father's work. I've run out of prayer meetings since over 2 hours.
No, you not go back to the altar. You have finished the table. You refuse to separate yourself. Then separate this one for the table and then the other one for the piece of the altar. You want to do both the table and the altar. Is well, oh. Owó ni kẹ̀kẹ́ ìrere.
Owó ni kẹ̀kẹ́ ìrere o, àbí?